Okay, the Model 3 production numbers have appeared to change a little bit, and they've been decreased significantly. A while ago, Elon was asked about the production, and he said there'll be 1,000 per week in July, and 2,000 per week in August, up to 4,000 a week in September. Um, but when he was asked about that, I guess he was just talking about the ordering, and that they would just be ordering a lot of parts and not making that many cars because he's changed it, and it's a lot less than people expected, and that's great news. They're making less Model 3s. Great news. And I'm going to tell you why. I think it's great news because Elon appears to be keeping his word. Um, Last April, Elon was asked on Twitter basically if he would try to maximize the number of Model 3 owners that could get the federal tax credit, the full $7,500 tax credit. And he responded by saying, "We always try to maximize customer happiness, even if it means a revenue shortfall in a quarter. Loyalty begets loyalty." To maximize the number of cars that get the full federal tax credit, they need to sell their 200,000th car in the U.S. right at the beginning of a quarter. Now, currently, they sold just over 132,000 cars. And with the old numbers, 1,000 a week in July, 2,000 a week in August, 4,000 a week in September, and if the Model S and X sales stay relatively stable, they would surpass 200,000 at some point at the end of November of this year, November 2017. Um, and once they pass 200,000, by the end of the quarter, they would only have sold about 41,000 extra for the quarter. Because the quarter you sell 200,000, you want to try to get as many extra over that 200,000 before the next quarter starts. So they would have 41,178 extra. That's and it's a guess based on them ramping it up. And based on those numbers, the full tax credit will be cut in half at the end of March. Based on the new numbers, they plan to do 30 in July. They'll do 100 in August, and they want to do 5,000 per week in December. Hopefully they'll get the full 5,000 a week through the whole month of December. That'll put them at 20,000 just for that month. Let's say they get 20,000 that month. He didn't say anything for October or November, but if they decrease at a good rate, I'd say they get about 4,500 in October and 9,000 in November, if they can get that 20,000 in December. Now he said he wanted to reach 5,000 per week in December, and that can go a lot of ways. Is he want to get 5,000 in that last week of December, 5,000 per week the whole week of December, or if he just produces 667 on the last day of December. Technically, at that pace, they're producing 5,000 per week. So that's something to be taken with a little grain of salt. Based on those numbers, that would put them at 195,000 sold at the end of December, which is perfect to have them cross 200,000 at the beginning of the quarter in early January of 2018. That would basically give Tesla a full 2 quarters of selling cars and that will be eligible for the full $7,500 tax credit. And in the quarter that they pass 200,000, they will be able to sell over 76,000 cars. So instead of 41,000, they'll be able to sell 76,000 cars during that quarter where they pass 200,000. And since they won't sell their 200,000th car until January, the federal tax credits won't be cut in half the first time during the phase out until after June. So that's what's changed. They still want to do 5,000 per week by the end of 2017. They're still looking to do 10,000 per week by the end of 2018, which is why I mainly focused on the month when they hit 200,000, because most of 2018 is going to be about the same. I don't think it's going to be as fast of a growth as we're going to see in 2017, going from 100 to 5,000. So that's it. I basically, when I saw the news, I was a little disappointed, thinking that that the numbers weren't very impressive. The stock price took a hit, but I think it's a lot of it's them doing it on purpose. I know they want to ramp it up slow just for quality concerns, and that's understandable. But I mean, whether they're doing it on purpose or not, I think it's going to work in favor of Model 3 owners, anyone planning on buying a Model S or a Model X. There's going to be a lot more tax credits available if they can make what I'm saying happen and be right under 200,000 at the end of this year. Because that's really the only chance they have at doing it. If they're going to hit 5,000 a week later, then they'll probably be in the middle of the first quarter of 2018. But this way is their best chance of being right under 200,000 at the end of a quarter.